I want to thank all of you for being here today. I would be remiss if I didn't take a minute to thank our host, Ray Bologna, and his staff here at the Pepsi Roadhouse for all their hospitality. Give them a nice round of applause. I'd also like to thank Weekend Edition. They're doing a great job. And also all of our Democratic Committee men and women that are here today. So here we are. I'm wrapping up my third year as your state representative and gearing up for re-election next year. I've kept the lawsuits against me to a minimum. And I wish that was a joke. And I can say that with the exception of my hair, I've certainly grown during my time here in office. I often find it useful to listen to my critics. And one of my very biggest called me something a few months back that really stuck with me. He called me an angry coal patch kid. And that phrase really stuck with me. Now, it was intended as an insult, but I didn't see it that way, and maybe it's because I have a slightly different point of view. We're living in the 21st century in the greatest country in America, and the greatest country in the world. Yet I have constituents who don't have clean running water in their homes. I represent towns with raw sewage running into the creeks and their streams. I see working families without health insurance and senior citizens who can't make ends meet no matter how many corners they cut. At the same time, I see insurance companies cutting coverage to increase their already obscene profits. I see companies shipping jobs out of Pennsylvania, never to come back again. I see local municipal authorities ignoring their mandate to provide safe, affordable infrastructure in favor of over-engineered, over-designed, and needlessly wasteful projects that no one should be forced to pay for. So my question to you is, how can you not be angry? I mean, I suppose I could simply shrug my shoulders and look the other way, but I wouldn't be able to sleep very well at night, and I certainly wouldn't be able to look you in the face here today. You don't have to be a political expert to know the tone of the voters right now. I see them, I talk to them every single day, I've talked to everybody here today, and for all the reasons I described a few minutes ago and more that I won't even get into, they're angry too. They're angry. And one of the main reasons people are angry is because they feel that people like me aren't looking out for people like them. And to be honest, a lot of times it's not too hard to see where they're coming from. So we have all these angry people, and we have all these very serious problems. And the key is figuring out how to turn all that negative energy into something positive. Now for me, the best contribution I can make is to fight for the people I represent. The ones who support me and the ones that don't. Now in this job, it's very easy to give someone lip service and then turn a blind eye to their problem if the solution may involve you getting your hands dirty. And unfortunately, that's what a whole lot of politicians have been trained to do. Pass the buck, studiously say nothing, avoid getting anybody mad at you, and then get reelected. Sadly, that's a formula that works more often than it should, and we should all be ashamed for allowing it to continue. Although it may be the easier political path, I just can't bring myself to operate that way. You, the people of my district, have showed an act of faith by electing me, and I refuse to violate that faith. Every morning when I wake up, I look in the mirror, I remind myself that I have an amazing opportunity to do some real good, and it would be a sin to waste a single moment of that opportunity. So when I have to, I strap on the gloves and fight for the people I represent. And in case you're wondering exactly what I'm fighting for, here are some facts. Over the past 3 years, we've helped bring clean public water to over 1,000 homes at no charge. We've helped hundreds of people connect to sewage systems with the lowest tap bids possible. And we're helping thousands more make sure they're not getting ripped off by municipal authorities who've gone crazy with power. Through my economic resource program, we have a full-time grant writer in Kim Nielsen, who's here today. She just said hi. Who spends her days helping our municipalities, small businesses, and community groups find grants and loans to make great ideas become reality. This year, we're returning over $4 million in local share revenue from the Meadows Casino directly to our small towns and boroughs so they can build parks, hire police officers, keep our roads safe, and help our volunteer fire companies. We're fighting to create new sustainable jobs through alternative energy production and incredible opportunities like the Marcellus Shale Formation. The potential in this region is almost unbelievable, and we're fighting to make sure that we take all of the necessary steps that will keep our families in this region for decades to come, while still maintaining the small town environment we've come to cherish. Now, these are some of the fights I've taken at home, but I also have been taking the fight to Harrisburg. This summer, during a very long and very painful budget battle, we fought our own governor to prevent a hefty income tax increase that was the wrong choice for our floundering economy. We fought Republicans in the Senate to stop attacks on the volunteer fire departments, veterans organizations, and small social clubs that are the lifeblood of our region. And we have continually fought for increased transparency and reform in Harrisburg by passing a new open records law, ending midnight voting, and giving the public a chance to actually see what we're voting on before the votes are cast. And if you don't think the culture of Harrisburg is changing, all you need to do these days is pick up a newspaper. The corrupt ways of the old guard are crumbling, and those responsible are being let out of the Capitol in handcuffs. If that isn't reform in its most fundamental level, I don't know what is. Now, these are just a few of the things I've been fighting for, and there are many more battles looming on the horizon. This is who I am, this is what I do, and I don't apologize for it. To some, my efforts may earn me nothing more than the label of an angry coal patch kid. But on behalf of all the kids that came from all the coal patches across Pennsylvania, I pick up that insult and I wear it as a badge of honor. Those qualities help me serve my friends and neighbors, the 65,000 people that have entrusted me to be their representative. And with your continued help and support, we can help keep that fight going together. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your support. Let's go Steelers!